Hello, I'm Beast Lord the Destroyer, aka the Dark Wall, and welcome to GameWatt. This is the show where we ask, what is the news? This week, we'll be recommending some more game jams you could consider entering, or maybe just keep an eye on and see what crawls out. And after that, we'll be updating you on what happened with two of the jams from last time that have since passed. They will be missed. Our first jam of this week is the Music Video Game Jam. This is the third week-long jam that provides devs with the selection of music and then tasks them with creating a game around their chosen song. The rules are: no sounds outside of the selected song. The game must end when the song does, and of course, you must showcase the selected song. The jam starts on the 6th and ends on the 13th of this month. Voting ends on the 20th. If you don't enter, it would be nice if you could still vote. If you do enter, use the hashtag MVJam17. The Yanov Jam. It's not in English, so sorry if we translate it wrong. The Yanov Jam will announce a surprise theme on the starting date, which is the 17th of this month. The game must be about the theme in either gameplay, design, art direction, or concept. You can use assets if they are GNU, GPL, or public domain, so basically don't steal anything. You can enter by yourself or in a group of up to 4 members. The jam ends on the 19th of the same month. Use the hashtag YanovJam. Next is the Sleepover Jam. The game must be made during a sleepover. This can be a solo or in a team. I don't know about you, but I've never been to a solo sleepover. Or maybe I have. Every day of my life. The game you create must be about sleepovers. All assets must be created during the 72-hour jam. The optional rules are pajamas the whole time, accompanied by a sleeping bag and or pillow fort, snacks and TV. So that means food is optional. If I was you, I would eat at some point during the 72 hours though. Staying up past bedtime. And then it says something about don't give Red Bulls to the organizer's cat. Okay. This jam starts on March 24th and ends on the 27th. Voting ends on April 3rd. Use the hashtag SleepoverJam. Now to update you on the jams from last time. The 10th 96-hour jam, with rules, was one of the more complex jams we ended up covering last time. The theme ended up being Afterlife, and the rules were: 1. Don't hesitate. 2. All objects need to rotate. 3. Define the universe. Well, that sounds about right compared to the 9th 96-hour jam with rules. Some people did attempt this. A couple of kids accompanied by an experienced adult. No games were published by the deadline, which is okay. It's the experience and the things you learn on the way that are the true value of game jams, especially when you're new to game development. We do have an idea of what we were making thanks to some Twitter photos of the design document. The protagonist's name is Kevin. Player hesitation caused the level to restart. I can only guess that it means you have to be moving at all times. There are 5 planets to go to. 1. A planet of dead babies. 2. Planet of dead cats. 3. Planet of dead dogs. 4. Planet of dead dinos. 5. Boss planet. This one isn't dead. Presumably. At the end of the game, you meet God, and the word God is circled for some reason. Then he asks you if you want to play the game again, or see the credits. Then there is a checklist of things to do, which is a good practice for game developers to get into. Let's see how much of this I can read from the blurry photograph. Let's see. Square tile, large background, animals, bosses, 2 static or stationary, 3 walking O's, and different pleasure. Help moth, pern, fire, every main character named Kevin. Truly insightful as to the mind of development. Look for a link in Allegedly Me's Patreon in the description to see more from the experienced adult of this dev team. The 7-day dev jam was the other jam that has since ended, and it had 3 games enter. First up is Langton's Ant Machine. I do like Langton's Ant, and by I mean Ma, who controls everything I say like some sort of script god, even when I'm not recording episodes for the show. Langton's Ant is a well-known programming exercise. Just pause this video real quick and Google it. The executive file for this game is cool to watch, but not interactive by itself. Also, due to the nature of Langton's Ant, it does do the same thing every time. But where the game gets interesting is that the exe file creates a text file called rules in the same folder, and it includes its own pseudo-coding language allowing you to alter the very reality this poor little ant lives in. Depending on your interest in this sort of thing, this game is either a custom screensaver or a gateway to the world of artificial life. But I do wish you could draw tiles onto the game whilst it's running. By the way, this developer made 29 other games. They all seem to sort of have programming exercise vibe to them, but they're still kind of fun. And I have hopes that all these exercises will someday culminate into a masterpiece. Next up, you play as a ninja, and it was developed for a jam. It was Ninjam. This one has some charms, but it has way more buttons than it needs. You can cling to walls and jump around and do ninja stuff. The platforming is a little difficult, and the regular enemies have more health than they maybe should. So every time you try to kill one, the game grinds to a halt whilst you mashed them. This is something the developers should consider developing further. The last game to enter was Only Forward, a game where you can only go forwards, like a shark. Except you play as some sort of geometric potato avoiding pineapples. Honestly, for a first-time dev, this is okay. I'm sure they learned a lot whilst they were working on this. And the magic muffins, if you are watching this, email anon.ma, link in the description. Ma will give you some tips on easy ways to make your game look nice. The winners of the 7-day dev jam are on screen now. I can't see them because of a curse that a witch placed on me as a child. Okay? I don't like to bring it up, but there you have it. That's all for this week. Next time we'll sit by the fireside and read. I am
Beast Lord the Destroyer.
This is GameWatt. Stay indie.